who is responsible for the destruction of the Great Ottoman Caliphate? The night of 28 Rajab 1342 was a black night after which the Muslim Umayyads Mustafa Kemal ordered the governor of Istanbul that before dawn, Caliph Abdülmecid must leave Turkey. This order was enforced with the help of the army and police, forcing the caliph into exile in Switzerland. On the morning of 28 Rajab 1342 corresponding to March 3, 1924, it was announced that the Great National Assembly has approved the law for the abolition of the Caliphate and the separation of religion from the state. British Foreign Secretary Lord Curzon remarked, "Turkey has been destroyed, and it will never be able to restore its former greatness because we have destroyed its spiritual power, namely the Caliphate in Islam." After the abolition of the Caliphate, the condition of the Ummah became like that of a nurturing child deprived of the shadow of his parents, left alone to fight for survival in a selfish world. As soon as the Caliphate ended, colonial powers attacked this Ummah like hungry wolves and vultures. They did not hesitate to fight among themselves to exploit this Ummah. Islamic Sharia was suspended, and the land of the Caliphate was divided into small states, each with its own constitution, laws, nationality, and flag. The just economy of Islam was replaced by the capitalist system of the West, and the affairs of Muslims began to be overseen by a secular governmental structure instead of an Islamic government. The affection and love Muslims had for their caliph can be seen in the poignant elegy that Sheikh Saadi wrote upon the martyrdom of Caliph al-Mustasim Billah. Even though he lived far away in Shiraz, the verses of this lament are well known. Translation: If it were to rain blood from the heavens upon the fall of the commander of the faithful, al-Mustasim, it would be justified. O Muhammad, if the day of judgment were to occur on earth, come and see that the day of judgment has befallen the creation of God. The reason why anti-Islamic powers deemed it necessary to dismantle the Caliphate can be understood from a specific incident. Sheikh al-Islam Maulana Said Hussein Ahmad Madani was imprisoned in Malta with Sheikh al-Hind Maulana Mahmud al-Hassan in connection with the freedom movement. There was an English officer there who had been court-martialed for some crime and was serving his sentence. Maulana Hussein Ahmad Madani asked him why Britain, France, and Italy were so adamant about eliminating the Ottoman Caliphate, which was rather weak. He explained that Muslims hold reverence for the title of Caliph. Yet all of Europe seemed intent on its destruction. Do you feel threatened by the Turkish Caliphate? He asked the officer. The officer replied, Maulana, your question is not as simple as you think. Remember, the Ottoman Caliphate is weak, but if the Caliph sitting in Constantinople were to declare war against a non-Muslim country, recruitment of Muslim youth would begin from Morocco to Indonesia. All of Europe trembles at the words Caliphate and Jihad. All European countries want to unite to eliminate the power these two concepts represent, and they have succeeded in doing so. The deposition of Caliph Abdülmecid and the fall of the Caliphate marked the greatest catastrophe for the Muslim Ummah in the 20th century. The future of Muslims became bleak. Sacred places fell into the hands of others. Israel emerged in the Arab world. Pakistan was divided. A volcano erupted in Afghanistan. The Babri Mosque was desecrated. The Valley of Kashmir became a battleground for Muslims. Iraq was drained of its essence. Lebanon was drenched in blood. And the oppressed Muslims of Syria and Burma faced merciless slaughter. Muslims became orphans and abandoned. It is essential for our elites and the public to reconnect with our glorious past and embark on the path of the Caliphate. Rather than gazing hungrily at Western nations for a system of life and governance, we must strive to fulfill the vision of those who recognize this reality.